Good day, planet Earth. My name is Victor Young, and I am the Daily Life Coach. Welcome to my podcast. This week's episode is entitled The Pirates of the Pandemic. You got that right. Before we get started, let's do the legal side. My general counsel always says make sure you do this first. This podcast, the Daily Life Coach podcast, is for entertainment purposes only. So please be entertained. This is by no means advice or any form of recommendation to your personal or professional life. Enjoy, relax, and most importantly, be entertained. Let's get back to the pirates of the pandemic. I think this is going to be a very timely podcast for a lot of people, a lot of business owners, a lot of sports teams, organizations, and the list goes on. Because these pirates of the pandemic that I'm about to speak of, they've been deemed pirates. I don't know if they're pirates. You get to make your decision whether or not these individuals should be called pirates by the end of this podcast. It's up to you. See, this is the thing about my podcast. It's 100% subjective. I don't ever want to convince anyone to be better or less than, try harder or not so hard. I don't want to have to run faster, jump higher, or take a nap as a result of what I say. You'll know what to do when you receive this highly entertaining commentary, aka the Daily Life Coach podcast. So with that said, let's proceed. So these pirates that we're going to speak of today, I'm calling them pirates because frankly, they came into their power during the pandemic, most of these individuals. So at some point between the end of 2019, we'll just call it January 1, 2020, through December 31, 2022. So the entire year of 2020, 2021, and 2022. So if you were an individual who was elevated, promoted, became a leader within those 3 years within an organization, a taco bus, a Popeye's chicken, a church, a jewelry store, a hospital system, doesn't matter. If you were an individual within this 3-year window, you may qualify for being considered a pirate of the pandemic, aka pandemic pirates. Now, here's why I say this. For those 3 years, I'm not going to say the business was easy because it wasn't easy. There were some times that were exceptionally difficult. People couldn't find employees. Businesses were closed. My soccer team, I had a pro soccer team, and it even hit hard times because I couldn't even put fans' butts into seats, right? Couldn't come to a stadium. Tough times. How do you pay your players? And a lot of what you do when you have a professional sports team is contractually based. It's not a week to week or day to day. You got to tie up transportation, venues, you got to buy swag, ticketing, software platforms, media. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Airfare, lodging for players. My goodness, I could just keep going on. So I just want to establish the fact that there were some legitimate tough times that we dealt with during the pandemic. That's not what I'm talking about. I am referring to the individuals who rose to power during the pandemic, during the times where we saw major supply chain issues and major shortages in labor force, logistics issues, you name it, materials. I mean, if no one's working, if no one's cutting a tree down, what happens to lumber? There were farms and that lost their harvest because they had no one to harvest it, right? If you can't pick it, it rots. Like the old people say, don't let it die on the vine. I think that's a relationship term, but still, it's the same thing. It's where it was derived from. So the individuals who rose to power during January 1st, 2020 through December 22nd, 2022. And I'm going to slim it down a little bit. We're going to talk about post-lockdown individuals who went into that phase where you were shooting fish in a barrel. I remember going to the mall, and normally you walk by Louis Vuitton or Gucci, and you can walk in and get a glass of champagne and some Perrier. Gas or no gas? Gas. Sit down, have a scone, look at some belts and bags and whatever, some shoes, and feel special. And then the pandemic hits and you have all this money that was pumped into the United States economy, and things got hot. Demand was high, supply was low, and there's no really a need for a job for a lot of people. I am not mad at you. It's good work if you can find it. If you can be at home and be a stay-at-home, whatever you are, I'm not a hater. One day, I hope to be able to stay home and just do whatever. I don't think I could ever do it. I'm not built that way, but just want to let you know I'm not a hater. I was a little pissed a couple days when I was at work and, had some friends call me hanging out from home, hitting the old vape pipe, watching the game and hanging out by the poolside. I was a little jealous for a minute. But hey, it's good work if you can find it. If your whole covenant's strong enough and your family dynamic, your inheritance, your whatever, if it's that strong that it's allowed you the opportunity to stay home, not work, I'm not mad at you. Good job to you and your family. But we're going to talk about the people who went to work and took some of these jobs that paid exceptionally well to do half the job that you normally had to do. And what do I mean by that? When demand is high and availability of product, goods, services is low, the price of said goods and services goes through the roof, and normally service drops. Why does service drop? Because it can. Because subconsciously as humans, even if we know it's the wrong thing to do, I think it's just so tempting for individuals to say, I'm not going to call this guy back because I don't need to call him. I've only got one Rolex to sell. I've only got one Gucci bag to sell. I've only got 5 AC technicians to go work on these projects. I'm not sending them to this guy's house. I can go work on new construction all day, every day. I don't have to do any residential. Residential homeowners were fleeced. High construction prices, high material prices. And it is what it is. It was the market. The market says what the market says, right? I can't get mad at you. If the price to process lumber went up and ship it, then it went up, right? But now we're moving into an economy where things are going back to more of a consistent economy, where someone actually pays you for a valuable service in your time, and you're required to deliver a certain level of quality, compliance, service, and experience, and a good product. We are wildly swinging back in a direction where feature, benefit, functionality, and value means something again. And we still have individuals who are holding on like pirates, sailing from sea to sea, aka customer to customer, looking to pillage and destroy. Meanwhile, you have normal merchants and normal Marines and importers, exporters, retailers who are looking to transact with their consumer in a way that's customary, in a way that is keeping up with the evolution of humanity. The new America, the new world is transacting differently post-pandemic. So what we experienced was an age where AI, innovation and technology that was 15 years away, literally 15, 20 years away, was moved up into the now. It leaped into today. It would have been unacceptable, and now it's deployed because there was a shortage of people and the pirates were sailing from sea to sea, from port to port, pillaging, punishing, penalizing hardworking people. And the world responded with, what are we going to do about it? So the first thing the world said is, I am becoming a minimalist. During this frenzy of purchasing and hoarding and just buying in some cases, Consumer habits changed. The habits of the consumer changed rapidly and wildly. The pendulum swung from, I have to have it, to, you know what? I don't think I need it. We're watching individuals buy higher quality products that last longer, that need less maintenance, that have a longer life cycle because they don't want to do it again. I'm not sure if you've ever met a pirate before, but I've met a pirate, and they just sail around looking for booty. And for all you perverts out there, we're talking about a treasure chest of booty. Stop it. This is a family show. Jeez. I was going to call a couple names, but I won't do that. So pirates are just sailing around looking for booty, looking for gold and silver and spices and good bourbon. Always looking for a good cask of bourbon. Matter of fact, we have to fight the pirates off at Dunamis Premium Spirits, located at 3885 Correa Drive in Zephyr Hills, Florida. The official tasting room is open Thursday through Saturday from noon to 7 with a special for Father's Day, because fathers normally get the shaft. So don't worry. Dunamis Premium Spirits, where power is power, and where Dunamis creates premium spirits for extraordinary people, is honoring fathers with a special pricing. Find out more at Dunamis Spirits on Facebook, Instagram, and even the Twitter. See how I rolled right into that and rolled right out. Wings level, baby. We're back. So pirates are just out there just looking for someone to fleece. And people are becoming less fleeceable. Maybe it's that fleeceless? Unfleece likely. I don't know. But they don't like being fleeced anymore. And so we're looking at websites shut down brick and mortar at even a higher rate than it was prior to the pandemic. We're watching premium products reign as your lower quality disposable products are now becoming a second or third or fourth choice. The value proposition for product with no feature function benefit, it doesn't matter how cheap it is. Does it fit my needs? Is it high tech? Is it safe? Will it last me a long time? Because I don't know when I'll be able to do this again. So these pirates are now realizing the market is changing, and they're starting to panic. But here's the thing about a pirate. Pirates just like to sail around looking for booty, right? They just want to fill that treasure chest with booty. Every jewel, spice, treasure, whatever they can find. They'll even steal your whole ship if you're not careful. So these pirates of the pandemic, they don't realize they're surrounded. They don't realize the Navy has them flanked. Maybe even our Coast Guard guys. I love those Coast Guard Series UH-60 Blackhawks. They're just so cool looking. That little winch pops out the side, just snatches you out in that little basket. Give you a little Zulu Hotel action. These pirates, their days are numbered. And it's sad because everyone likes to see a drunk pirate keep his sea legs and stagger around the deck of the boat and never fall off. It's entertaining. And frankly, they stagger because they're not drinking Bianca Supreme 5-year aged rum. They're drinking the cheap stuff. But I digress. If you're a pirate and you've underserved your organization, your boss, your leader, your job, your business, your customer, your client, if you've underserved these last 3 years, if you've neglected to train your people to become captains, seamen, first officers, commanders, if you haven't developed your people and you're just on a boat full of pirates, if you haven't taken time to train anyone, to motivate, to coach, to develop during this period of the pandemic era, and you rose into leadership and you reap the benefits of high demand and low availability, and you made tons of money, and you spent more time spending your money than you have planning for your future, investing in your people, doubling down and making sure your facilities are good, your technology infrastructure is ready to move forward into the new future. I think we're going to see some pirates walk some planks. We're going to see the splash, and we're going to see the great white sharks. Actually, it's Florida. We do bull sharks here, more so on the west coast of Florida. They are vicious. Just so you know, bull shark is the highest testosterone killing machine of any other animal. Even higher than the alligator. Even higher than the lion. Well, those bull sharks are vicious. But anyway, another educational moment for you. Pirates are about to walk the plank. The economy is changing. The need for efficiency, value, features, functions, benefits, and premium experiences for extraordinary people. That time is here. It is time to pay the piper, pandemic pirate. I like all those P's that just landed nicely. So you need to pick a side. Are you going to remain a pirate, or will you row away off this pirate ship in the middle of the night and join the ranks of the future? The future that requires you to walk next to the post-pandemic age where consumers are demanding an actual experience from a human who cares a little bit, not even a lot. No one even expects you to really genuinely care a lot. But if you can at least act like the old saying, if you love me, lie to me. You got to give me something, people. It is time to let the pirate ships ghost ride. We're going to lose a lot of good men and women who've chosen to fall behind, who don't understand that it's a time for efficiency, for hard work, for using the power of our humanity, our creativity, our ability to engage and communicate. If you choose to remain a pirate, I'm going to leave you with one last piece of data. And it goes like this. The average AI can process 11 million functions per second. The human brain, as brilliant as it may be, can process about 40 functions per second. So a fairly well-built AI system can process 11 million functions a second versus 40. Like 40, not 40 million, not 40,000, 40. How long do you think you can last on a pirate ship, knowing there's drones flying over you with Tomahawk cruise missiles waiting to sink your vessel, your old wooden pirate ship rowing across the ocean, singing happy pirate songs, drinking the wrong bourbon because you didn't buy your Dunamis Premium Interstellar Bourbon. You just did it all wrong. How long are you going to last? This, only you know. Pirates make a choice. Either evolve or remain a pirate and become extinct. Because I'm the captain now. That's all we got this week. Make a decision. Are you going to start jogging along next to the future? Or will you choose to become extinct, rowing your little pirate ship, lacking education, experience, connection, greatness of any kind, absent at best? Give it some thought. I'll see you next week. And remember, everyone, live fearlessly. I'm the Daily Life Coach, Victor Young. Good day.